Ari Fleischer last night on Hannity said the president should interrupt less. Will you change your strategy in this last debate from your first debate?
Well, I may do that. Actually, the interesting thing, they said if you let him talk, he'll lose his chain of thought because he's gonzo. There is a chain of thought that, you know, there are a lot of people that say let him talk because he loses his train. He loses his train. He loses his mind, frankly.
The president calling into what Steve Schmidt tells us we should refer to as the entertainment wing of the GOP. A little glimpse of the president's strategy going into the second debate after the dumpster fire of a first debate. Still with us are Steve Schmidt and Michael Steele. Hey, Steve, we had some actual journalists writing with a straight face as recently as last night that the president will unveil a new tone, make more jokes in this debate Thursday night. So well, let's wait and see on that. What about Biden? What should his strategy be? Hunter Biden's going to come up as sure as you and I are sitting here. And as sure as you and I are sitting here, the president's going to say, we've done more in 47 months than he did in 47 years in Washington. Last time Biden let that line sit out there, he didn't answer it. How aggressive should he be? What material should he have preloaded in his weapon?
I think the vice president needs to look in the camera, speak directly to the American people and say, you know me, and I know you. And I think he should say to the American people, don't be afraid that this is almost over now, that Donald Trump is on the edge of being repudiated and humiliated. I think he should look at Donald Trump and say to him that he's the worst president in the history of the country, and that the lie he told the country is responsible, if you were to measure against the mortality rates in Germany, for instance, it's responsible for at least 150,000 dead Americans, and he'll be responsible for hundreds of thousands of more because of the idiocy and the insanity and the lethality of his COVID lying. He should look at him and say, you wrecked the economy. That you're standing up here talking about the best economy and forever is nonsense. You destroyed the economy with the incompetency of your response to COVID. You've wrecked the American way of life. You have shattered families. You've assaulted our institutions. You have divided us. I think he should stay calm when he attacks Hunter Biden, look President Trump in the eye and say, why did you pay more taxes in China than you paid in the United States? Why do you have a Chinese bank account? And who do you owe $500 million to? Any idea or notion that Joe Biden has conducted himself in any other way, but the most honorable way during that 47 years is complete and total nonsense. We know what Joe Biden's public record is. This is the most corrupt and indecent person to ever hold high office in this country. He's assaulting Joe Biden's integrity. It's a joke. So I think that Joe Biden has to stay there, be calm, be steady. Don't get provoked by Trump. Trump's going to be Trump, but the country's made up its mind about him. This is collapsing. It's all going down. It's a campaigning chaos. And you saw Donald Trump today walking out of the 60 Minutes interview. He's cracking under the pressure.